Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're set to match up. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is off we go on EA Sports. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. Done a nice job there. Special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the play.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
This is fielded at the 7. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. First carry for James Conner. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And remember, the Titans lost Jonnu Smith, their #1 tight end the last few years, when he signed with New England in free agency. So that might open up a few. And he makes a smooth catch there.
Play action, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end Ferkser. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Finds his running back, James Conner. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Here's Conner on the read option. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
It's so close. He gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he said first and goal.
Connor. And he is not going to get through here on try number one. They stop him at the goal line. Once again, it's Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on third and goal. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Anthony Fertzer, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
On play action, it's Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
And this Indianapolis offensive line is one of the best in the business. Also, one of the toughest. They only gave up 21 sacks in 2020, the second lowest total in the NFL. Surprisingly, they've already given up 2 in this game.
Wentz on the drop-off to Taylor. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's going to be third down and forever. On play action, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
After one, it's 9-0. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tannehill. And he will will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end, Firkser. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end over the middle. That's Firkser. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. On second down, Connor looking for space. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. James Conner, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Throwing now is Wentz. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't fourth and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First and 10, Taylor now. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. Colts now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. On first down, Tannehill. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Tannehill. They still can't get it. And the catch made by Johnson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Check 52. Check 50. Check 50.
They'll try and run forward with Conner. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Jones.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal. They nearly had the touchdown, but he's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Titans are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Wentz's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1.
On the slant, he'll get it to Jones.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football. I mean, it was just gorgeous the way he threw it. Rallied his Jets to a Super Bowl win, one of the greatest upsets in NFL history. Broadway Joe, the man.
They'll roll him out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in the 2nd half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Tannehill's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. Just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
First down, Colts.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And that is incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Taken in by Pascal out left. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Wentz going to go on 4th down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins.
Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
From the end zone, Tannehill.
And this will be swung out here for counter.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Tannehill on 3rd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's counter. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Here's Johnson with a reception. And it's a Titans touchdown. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Play action. Now Wentz. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw again. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz forced out to his left. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, got to have this one. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown.
I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And as that ball was hanging,
they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point. And the Titans are going to recover the football. And bulldozing his way through. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation. And now you can go.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Titans.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Well, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's a 2nd touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On play action, it's Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Wentz on 3rd down.
Throw left side, taken in by Pittman.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Wentz. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Connor going to get it again on second down.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now, Tannehill. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a